direction. No one can pull me out. I've always felt different from the others. I'm running away now. Fears are fading, won't stop bleeding. 'Cause I'm sick of standing up instead of going south. I'm sick of never being able to cross the line. I'm sick of pretending everything is fine. You got it, you're just a fucking freak like me. Burning inside, but I am alive. I'm not the one that you used to know. I've always hated to act like the others. I found my way to. Fears are fading, won't stop bleeding. Fears are fading. 'Cause I'm sick of standing up instead of going.
You might want to unmute yourself, Karl.
I don't know why it didn't unmute me when the video stopped, but here we go again. My name's Karl Karufel, and welcome to the Monday Night Raw Watch Along. On tonight's episode, we're going to have Brock Lesnar returning after Cody Rhodes SummerSlam challenge. Gunther is going to battle Matt Riddle with Kaiser and Vinci barred from ringside. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are defending the women's tag team championships against Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Alpha Academy going against the Viking Raiders in a Viking rules match, which we still have no clue what that is. Plus, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to take on the Judgment Day in a non-title matchup. What exactly is a Viking rules match? We have no idea. And who are the competitors that are going to be for the Judgment Day? First and foremost, let's go over to Leeds. Thank you so much, my friend, for coming in and taking a look at us here as we watch Raw from Atlanta, Georgia. Evening to you. And JJ, my brother, to you, we give a huge happy birthday, JJ. Yes, that is right, everyone. The man who has his own show on Spotify. It is ticking down below. A Moment with Joshua Joseph. Happy birthday, JJ. We wish you nothing but the best, and we are so happy to have you as our friend. Chris, how are you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. I just tried to look up and see what the hell this Viking rules match is, but WWE is giving us nothing on it.
Nothing at all. JJ, you are so welcome, my friend. So welcome. So, not show. Yeah, no, well, totally understandable.
I mean, our show is dope, but
yeah, I think so. I think so too.
We're starting off with a bang right now.
We are, as I think we should, as we have in the past before. We have got Cody Rhodes making his way out, and we're just waiting for OMD, who will be joining us here tonight as well, for him to get himself all situated and sorted before we bring him onto screen as well. And we're going to change up our layout to our regular layout as we bring in OMD as well. OMD, my brother, how are you doing?
I am doing well. I'm still a little bit tired, still recovering from that weekend that we just went through.
He can hear us tonight.
Yes.
What happened last
week,
man? I think it was just that storm, because after that, my entire computer froze.
Karl called that out too.
Yep.
But that was just funny last weekend. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Good evening.
Hey, not
Leeds.
a problem at all, Leeds. Thank you so much. We did say evening to you, and we thanked you so much for coming in and being part of this with us, as you have been a regular, and we absolutely appreciate it. Sound off is perfectly okay as well. Yeah, comedy gold it was last week.
It was.
It was. I can tell you that Parrish will not be joining us tonight. He's already given me confirmation. Work has him going a little bit later tonight, so we
No
probably
run-in.
won't see him. No, probably not a
Understandable.
run-in tonight.
Something we know all too well about, Carl.
Oh, yes.
But he had said in the past that he wasn't going to make it, and then suddenly he makes it. So
Right? Cody still hasn't even made his way inside the ring here, and we're already, 4 minutes in?
he's milking
Yeah.
it, man. He's milking it, and he deserves it.
It's starting to get a little bit drawn out for me now. The milking at the entrances, it's starting to remind me of Dwayne.
Okay, I can feel you on that.
Yeah, I can see that, but I don't know. I guess I'm just a sucker for the Rhodes family as a whole, because as I said last week, I'm a fan of everybody from the Rhodes, including Terry. So,
And yes, Leeds, we did say so many nice things about OMD last week. Cody dressed in ring gear on the stick. This is a little bit different. Normally we see him coming in and he's dressed to the nines, a beautiful suit and everything going on. It's different to see this right now. Jacoby, how are you doing, my friend? So good to see you. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate you. If you're watching Monday Night Raw, join the conversation. Let us know what you're thinking and your thoughts and everything as we are discussing the show. JJ says Cody has been thrown away by the WWE in the past, so anytime he gets camera time, he needs to milk it for as much as possible, and that I agree with.
yeah.
Yep.
So, Atlanta, what do you want to talk about?
Okay, now it makes sense why he's milking it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were in Atlanta tonight.
See, that's why. That's why.
Yeah.
Right, Leeds, 100% he does. He looks so grateful every time he comes down to the ring there. JJ, I was in Michigan. I was in Grand Rapids.
Yes, I was there as well.
And that look of gratefulness that comes from Cody, that comes from a place of genuineness from him.
Oh,
yes. Yeah, me too. Definitely. So it looks like we might get Brock Lesnar making his way out here to have a even a little confrontation of sorts, maybe.
Yeah, we were supposed to get an answer from him from Cody's challenge from last week. So
yeah.
Yes.
JJ, see, I didn't even drive down myself. I was I had a carpool situation going on, so I had no control over the driving situations.
Yep, exactly.
nice to see you guys were with a Mr. Ryan Carlella. Been a while since I've seen him.
Yes, we were.
Cody calling out Brock Lesnar already, telling him, come on out here right now.
Yeah, he does not want to wait for that answer.
I think we may see, kind of Brock take the back door and come in that way, possibly.
I was going to just say, look at Cody's ring positioning.
Yeah. Yeah, Leeds, he definitely does. He knows how to connect with the fans like Seth does.
Yes.
So much, and it's fantastic to see that.
See, I don't see Brock doing the backdoor thing. He might, but Brock has always been one of those guys who does the face-to-face straight out. He's going to come out there, look you in the eye, and punch you in the mouth.
And that's the thing with Brock, though, is you can't count him out. There's just so much unpredictability with him. You can't really predict whether he's going to sneak in, whether he's just going to walk to the ring and do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I like Brock these days.
Oh, yeah.
Cody pretty much hijacking the show here, saying, you know what, Brock, if you show up at 9:00, I'll be here in this ring. If you show up at this time, I'll be here in this ring. I don't care. I'm going to be in this ring. Wow.
I'm actually surprised that there's no step that's going to happen for this match. Usually, when you get like that rubber match thing, there's a stipulation involved somewhere.
Right.
They can,
Right.
they could add it tonight. They could add it next week. They could add it a week before SummerSlam.
Still,
Yeah.
still lots of time to book it. So.
Oh, Cody's mom in the crowd. Beautiful Michelle.
Happy to see her with a smile on her face. Last time I saw her on screen, she was talking Dusty's death, and there was tears. You know what I mean?
Right. I agree, Leeds. Cody would sleep there if he could.
Yeah, he would.
Cool that they're allowing Cody to give that recognition to Michelle, and even see her get a little bit emotional at the words coming from Cody right now is real nice.
Yeah.
Getting really nostalgic.
Well, I mean, they're in Atlanta. It's a place where Dusty made his name.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes sense, you know.
Cody was born in Georgia.
Or I should say Dusty built on his name in Atlanta. He actually made his name in Florida.
Right. Good way to start out the show. You know what? This didn't go too long, even with all the milking that Cody did. It's only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, if only we can time travel back in time to when Hunter used to take over the show at the first, we could tell him to do it this way.
Right. I just saw, ringside there, guys wearing a shirt that says Dusty Rhodes Foundation. That's something that I didn't even know was a thing.
No.
Uh-oh. Yep. Cody at the cutoff right now.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
Wow.
What's going to come up on the Titantron? Do they even call it the Titantron anymore?
I still do.
I think so. I think it's just the Tron now.
Oh, I still call it the Titantron. It'll always be the Titantron.
Wow.
I really like this tease.
Whoa. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
Ooh. They call him a beast, and he sure as hell is.
Yep.
This is insane.
Yes.
He attacked Cody like he was a beast waiting in the bush to stalk his prey.
Right?
And I like that.
Ooh. It looked hard into the corner, but I can tell you that it wasn't. They did that very beautifully.
Yeah.
Oh, and a huge, right in front of mommy.
Yep.
Not Rhea Ripley, but.
Yep.
Oh, Karl, you're actually ahead of me for once. By like 3 or 4 seconds, though.
Yeah, Leeds
Here I
Raw
am
is
just
up there
getting
right
the
now.
F5.
JJ says, Karl, so I was commentating at the GLWA Got a standing O from the boys in the back, but I seen what I can describe as a gray in the outer edge of the woods at a gas station. Interesting.
Nice.
I have seen a few myself, but never that close. That would be some insane shit right there.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for driving home fast with your heart
Nope.
beating out of your chest. I don't
Not
at
at
all. It's a scary situation.
Yep.
Not as scary as being in the ring with Lesnar, though. Ooh.
No.
That look in Brock's eyes.
Notice where he was looking too. He was staring Michelle down doing that.
Yep.
100% he was. There we go.
Oh. See that cheeky little winky through?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Leeds, if I had a match with Brock, I would just knock myself out.
Right?
Yep.
Yep. The funny thing is about Brock, he's scary with his strength and all that, but he's actually one of the safest workers out there.
He is.
You see that shot that he gave to Cody into the
into the corner there.
The corner, yeah. Like the post. Super safe.
Yeah.
Super safe.
I can't think of anybody he's actually injured, to be honest with you.
And JJ, I've never seen anybody fight a gray, so I don't know how they fight. I've seen Brock Lesnar fight. I'd take my chances with the grays.
Yeah. Both in UFC and in WWE.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. 15-minute segment. 15 minutes to get all of that we just had, that told us an amazing story, that gave us a great background, that gave us Michelle, that gave us Lesnar accepting that challenge, gave the crowd happiness.
Yep.
Jeez, in 15 minutes. Not needing 48 minutes to do this.
No.
Good for them.
Yep.
Perfect way to start off the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think that this was a perfect way to start the show. And now I don't think that we're going to really see anything from Brock later tonight. I think this was just his one and done for the night.
But Cody still being in his gear makes me think that, is there a match or something that he's got coming up or something tonight? Or
I thought he was booked in a match, but
I'm not sure. Could be. But Leeds, you're right. Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to there. You know what? Like, we had the Bloodline use up 30 minutes of SmackDown, right?
Yep.
When in actuality, it took up 48 minutes of SmackDown.
And speaking of the Bloodlines, I had a chance to watch Umaga's son have his first match.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's going places.
Good.
That kid's going places. He's good. There's something there. He's still green, but there's something there.
Correct. He is safe in the ring. But remember, Brock has trees he throws for strength training. He is a Sam Squanch with alopecia.
Yeah.
It's so true. So true.
He has diverticulitis, not alopecia. If he had alopecia, he would have no hair, no eyebrows, no eyelashes.
And that's one thing I can relate with Brock on. I too suffer from diverticulitis as well. Bobby coming in, saying good evening, guys. What's up, Bobby?
How we doing, Bobby?
Look, Bobby. Look.
Look at my nickname, Bobby. Twitch trivia champion. I won the trivia championship from his from Ring Respect Radio.
Nice. And there you go, Bobby. That was for JJ tonight.
There you go. Happy birthday, JJ.
It was expensive though, Bobby. Oof.
Yeah.
$40 American.
Now, is that the only shirt you picked up, or?
I picked up one for the girlfriend as well, so we both got a Hailstorm shirt, and yeah, hers has on the back. It's all the tour dates for this summer tour, and then it's the 4 faces. Oh, wait, hold on, give me just 1 second.
Yeah.
Bobby going to go see Hailstorm and Volbeat tomorrow night, and I'm jealous about that show.
Right?
Oh, yep. Two
So there's
fantastic.
the back. And then the front, which, I mean, this is a gorgeous shirt. I absolutely love this.
Yep.
Yeah. Just a gorgeous shirt.
Yeah, I picked up just a Upheaval Festival shirt with the neon orange hat.
So we got Matt Riddle coming out for his match with Gunther, I'd have to assume right now, which I don't get why the Intercontinental title isn't on the line in this match.
I'm not sure why either. Oh yeah, Bobby, definitely see what they have tomorrow at the show. Definitely. These were the only 2 pieces of merchandise that they actually had at the festival. So for an actual show, I could assume that they're going to have a lot more merchandise. And you know, if I can ever get a chance to go and do a VIP meet and greet type of situation, I would definitely do it for a full Hailstorm concert.
Yes.
Oh, nice. JJ's wifey got him Rob Schneider tickets for his stand-up in October. That's cool.
That's awesome.
I didn't even know he was doing stand-up. I thought he was still working with Adam Sandler on movies.
Right? But as we're talking, I'm trying to get things uploaded to Facebook for pictures and whatever from the festival. So hopefully soon those will be up.
And there's a ton of them from what I've seen already.
I got mine up today. So I don't
Mine have been sitting here for over an hour uploading, so I don't know what's going on. I might have to cancel it and redo it. I don't know.
Yeah, mine took quite a while. Like, you get through that first, 3/4, and then it's the last 25% takes forever.
Now, the reason I asked Karl how many shirts you got is because I remember SummerSlam 04. When we got into the arena, the first thing we did was we went to the merch stand, and you bought a fuck ton of shirts that night.
Oh, yeah. And that's the same thing. Like, we ended up sort of going middle of the afternoon when there was really nothing on that we wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
I did that on the second night or the second day in the afternoon when I first got in at about 3 p.m. I'm sorry. This size difference here between Matt Riddle and Gunther. Matt Riddle is a tall guy.
Yeah.
This is insane what I'm seeing.
Like, Gunther just looks monstrous next to him.
Yeah. Gunther just dwarfs him.
Yeah. You know what? Last week there was a little bit of trouble in the Imperium ranks going on there, and I think that's why we got ourselves this matchup with neither one of them here with Kaiser or Vinci being part of this matchup at ringside. And as we look right now, we see them in the back watching the matchup, and things are still looking a little interesting within the ranks of Imperium.
And it looked like last week that the trouble was with Vinci himself.
Yes.
Which makes me wonder if they split off and Gunther and Kaiser go their way and Vinci goes his own way. What do they do with Vinci? Like, I'm very curious about that. Is he the one that takes the Intercontinental title from Gunther?
It could be.
I actually see it being Gunther getting separated and those two going as a team.
See, that's the problem. Like, I can't see Gunther being part of a tag team. Part of a faction, yes. But part of a tag team, I really can't.
Yeah.
I mean, Gunther is definitely world title picture contender, not tag team title. Oh, JJ, yes. Yes.
Yep.
Took a bunch of photos of dudes in sandals because we all can agree sandals at a music fest is asking for foot sickness all day. It is. I wore socks and shoes. I wore steel-toed shoes going into the festival.
I will kind of agree with that because I didn't go this year, but a couple of years ago I went to Rotary Fest in sandals, and I kind of paid for it dearly afterwards.
Yeah. I did debate because I wore sandals down and back in the car. So I did debate on wearing them, but I opted for socks and shoes, especially on the Saturday after we got the rain and all of that the night before.
Right.
So.
And this year, thankfully, there was no rain while we were there.
No, none at all.
Although they called for a lot of it.
I did feel that pain, JJ. I did feel that pain.
I did see people in sandals, like ridiculous.
Lots. Yeah, lots. But for Bobby, for JJ, for Chris Best, the show that actually stole the entire weekend for me was Flyleaf.
Oh, yeah, I can guarantee you they would steal the show.
They should have been main stage, not second stage.
Yeah.
OMD, I was telling Karl before you came on, my girlfriend, she's a fan of Falling in Reverse, and she's jealous that you guys got to go see them too.
They did decent. I know a lot of people were a little upset, that the set didn't go very long.
No.
But apparently this is really their first tour.
Concerts, though.
Right.
Yeah.
And apparently this is their first like festival tour that they've done. So
yeah, that they headlined and closed out the festival.
No, JJ, I did not hear about that.
I did, and I can confirm from you, because from Bruce Pritchard himself, that's not true.
Yes, thank you, JJ. Yes, they put on an amazing show, especially being back with Lacey. It was fantastic.
I unfortunately missed that set. I stayed back with all of our stuff. So there were 3 stages. Second stage was up a huge hill, which I would have climbed the hill. No worries about that. But we had to have somebody stay with our stuff at the main stage.
Yep.
So I was there. I had to wait at the main stage.
Yes,
but
and we truly, truly appreciate it and love you for it, brother.
Chris, I don't know if you know the answer to that, but JJ's saying, so why did they test it at a dark show?
That's one thing I can't explain because Bruce Pritchard didn't mention anything about that.
Matt Riddle giving superior chops to Gunther as well as Gunther's chopping him like a redwood.
They are both lit up from those chops, by the way.
Yep.
Oh, that kick sounded stiff.
And I love that Gunther is still wearing the Ring General tights.
Yes.
That makes me happy because, yes, he is that Ring General in my eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Riddle with an exploder. What?
Well, and here I go. I'm hitting buffering.
Oh,
goodness.
I felt that. Oh,
Leads 100%. 100%. This is classic European style professional wrestling that I'm sure Gunther loves.
and as I said last week, Riddle loves this kind of stuff too because this is how he was raised in the wrestling business.
Yep.
He was trained in the European way.
Yes, he was. And
Sorry,
with him
guys,
coming
I
from
will-
the MMA background too, that just offers kind of the same thing, right? So
Absolutely. Sorry, guys, my feed cut out, so I had to update my guide.
Are you
Get
back on now?
Getting there.
are you with Sportsnet tonight, or were you with
I am with
USA?
Sportsnet. Oh, my feed is. The channel is currently offline.
Oh, thank goodness there's USA.
There is. That's where I'm headed next.
Oh, Carl, I wanted to mention something about our complaints from last week about how they were doing promos while wrestlers were waiting to start their match.
Right.
I noticed that they've been doing that since the 70s. I watched a
have been.
match.
Yeah.
I watched a match yesterday morning.
Sorry, I knew that this was going
I
to
was
be the
blown away by
outcome.
that power bomb
but-
just now.
Yeah.
But no, I was watching a match yesterday with Hulk Hogan back when he was with Freddie Blassie taking on Jim Duggan.
Right.
And they cut, before they even started the match, they cut to an interview with Pat Patterson and Bob Backlund. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I did not know they've been doing it this fucking long.
They have been. They've been doing it very, very long. So OMD, huge power bomb for the win here tonight from Gunther.
Yes,
onto Matt Riddle.
I've got Gunther celebrating now. Just had the strap put back on him.
Okay, watch the replay. The replay will come up here momentarily.
Oh, Gunther with the stick.
Beautiful.
I love when he says it that way. When he says that, he is the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, when he includes that in there, it just solidifies even more that he is
Yep.
heavyweight championship material.
I think the last one to actually have done that was Macho Man when he had the belt.
It's very possible.
He used to say, I'm the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of the world.
Yes, that's right. So JJ is asking, does anybody have thoughts on David Benoit being with Kimberly Ford at Collision?
I'm all for David Benoit making a debut. I've seen some of his indie matches. I think he can shed his past. You know what I mean?
Right.
I have yet to see Collision. I heard he was there. So, having not seen Collision, I'm not going to speculate on that.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And Leeds giving us a little ha-ha going on here as well. Gunther is really from Alabama.
Yep.
Got the A correct. You know what, Leeds? I agree with that. I don't think that he should
100%.
wrestle as Chris Benoit Jr.
I
Definitely
agree with
not.
that one.
No.
Let him wrestle as David Benoit.
Yeah.
Let him wrestle as that. There's no need for. I mean, you got to think. Like we're all. I know I'm in my 40s. I know we're all like in that area, right?
Yeah.
Another 20, 30 years, we could all be possibly gone and not even watching professional wrestling anymore. We're not going to be there to tell these people, oh, that's the son of this person who did this thing or whatever, right? So
Right.
people are going to be able to create their own image of David Benoit without even knowing Chris Benoit,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I like this right now. Did you guys watching this see this little angle that they just pulled?
Yep.
Yeah, I just saw it.
So they're supposed to be having a matchup tonight for those championships. Is this going to kind of is this giving us like a little bit of an insight into them possibly losing those titles tonight?
I feel like it'd be too soon.
I
do
think it would be too.
I agree. However, if they are going with the speculated Raquel versus Mommy match at SummerSlam,
Yeah,
Right.
you need to build to that somehow.
And I mean, she could have interfered in the matchup or somehow or after the matchup. And I think
Yeah.
that I would have been more okay with that as opposed to the
yeah,
way that this happened itself. Getting a commercial right now for a
Oh,
Peacock original that's going to be coming on, talking about Cody Rhodes. This is going to be
oh,
an entire, almost like biography of sorts, I guess, but not. It's more like a documentary on Cody Rhodes called American Nightmare Becoming Cody Rhodes, coming out on Peacock on July 31st. So if you have Peacock, I urge you check it out because to my understanding there is some great stuff that is talked about when it comes to the entire lineage and family of the Rhodes. Leeds, it is crazy how much he looks like his dad.
oh yeah,
and
definitely.
you can hear it in the voice too.
Oh yeah, because when I remember watching the Dark Side of the Ring episode on Benoit, and there was like a brief moment where I looked away and I heard talking, and I'm like, wait, did they get interviewed? Did they get segments from Benoit talking or something like that? I turn around, it's David.
It's David, yeah.
Yep.
Speaking
So,
of Dark Side of the Ring, I actually watched the Matt Bourne one. Fantastic. Very well done. Lots of stuff I did not know about him, and holy crap,
Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out because I was a fan of, the Doink the Clown character. So I never got the opportunity to work with Matt. But
How cool would that have been?
right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a fantastic wrestler, so
Oh yeah, he definitely was. And he took this gimmick of being a freaking clown and just worked it and made it memorable.
here's one thing. I'm just going to give you a tiny little spoiler about it. He created Doink.
Interesting. Okay, very, very
Together.
interesting.
Vince gave him an offer to come and join. I guess he was doing some good stuff in WCW that Vince wanted him to come. And they
Right.
sat down and they created the gimmick together.
Nice. I will definitely check it out.
Which, when I played Doink for He Who Shall Not Be Named, I kind of wish I went the Matt Bourne way.
Yeah.
But he wanted Ray Apollo, so
Of course he did.
yeah. And that's not knocking Ray Apollo. Ray Apollo is a good worker too, so
No, he definitely was. And just to give everybody here a little bit of an insight, when we talk about He Who Shall Not Be Named, it's just a former owner promoter that we used to work for that did some pretty shady stuff. So we don't give the satisfaction of saying his name anymore.
No. The best thing that came out of it was the fact that Karl and I met and formed this brotherhood and 20 plus year.
Right?
And I met
Yeah.
He Who Shall Not Be Named through OMD, so because
Yeah.
I met OMD beforehand.
Yep.
And it has been announced April 6th and Sunday, April 7th, 2024. WrestleMania will be in Philadelphia, PA. WrestleMania XL. There is already priority pass on location available. Packages are open for you to take a look at on location, exp.com/WWE, happening at the Lincoln Financial Arena.
Yes, and I am already hearing a massive name being teased for the Hall of Fame, somebody who is synonymous with the city of Philadelphia.
Hmm.
Is it Paul Heyman? Because he needs it.
Yes,
He deserves it for sure.
he does.
Now we come back and we've got the Judgment Day in the ring, and I love this.
I'm getting a Viking Raiders vignette.
Okay. Well, when you get back to the ring,
Now I'm back to the ring.
I love this like white shadow effect that they have going on. That is interesting. JJ, I don't talk about Grimace. He's an evil blob who needs to be stopped. Yeah. That's some purple bullshit going on there with Grimace.
Yep. Giant butt plug.
Pretty much.
Josh wants us to clip that.
Well, let's go 42 to 44.
Yeah.
What? When was this development started?
I guess Dom's a free agent.
No, this happened last week, actually, on NXT. When Carmelo said, I'm treading softly here because you've got Damian Priest walking around with the NXT title. Finn went out and attacked Mello, but Wesley put out an open challenge, and Dom went down and said, I accept, because you're the open challenge guy.
I think I want to see Dom versus Wesley.
Me too.
That's going to be a good match.
Yep.
JJ, shoot me the link because I want to see it.
Please.
Okay, so it's a good way to do things, I figure, because I can't see Dominic taking anything off of Gunther. So to have him as, maybe an NXT North American champion, I can see that. And that would give them all gold.
So we're getting Finn and Seth at SummerSlam by the sounds of this too. And I called that match. Oh.
Right? I'm still a little bit ahead of you guys, so
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for them to get a singular tag team title.
Me too. Me too. Okay, Sammy's got a good point. Okay.
That's just putting it lightly there, Sammy.
Okay. Yes. JJ, I got it. Thank you. So Lead says if Finn becomes champion, does Damien then cash in?
I think Parrish pointed out that that's a very big possibility.
Right?
It is, but I'll be fair in saying that I'd like to see the Judgment Day keep their word. And so maybe Damien, not necessarily go after Gunther, but maybe once Roman's softened, go after him.
It's a possibility too.
What if Damien does like the honorable cash in on Finn?
I mean, tells him straight up, I'm cashing in at this time and we're having this fight.
Yeah. And they have like a respect match, as it were, to see who the better one is.
Okay.
I get that. I could get behind that.
It'd be the first time a heel has done it that way.
Right.
Yep. They tried to do it with Mr. Kennedy as the heel when he said, I'm cashing in at WrestleMania the following year after winning it at 23.
I really wish they would have kept with him with the Money in the Bank that year too. I really wish that.
Yeah, but he got injured, and that's why he had to drop the briefcase to Edge.
Yeah, and they were also, if I remember correctly, they were too quick in taking it off of him because they didn't know how long he'd be gone, and it turned out he was only going to be gone for a month.
Oh God. Oh, beautiful. Giving KO that stick and just letting him go. Oh.
You know, I feel like every time KO comes out and does something and takes the mic, has a great match, I feel like that's a big FU to Jim Cornette. Every time I see it, I think of that because of Jim Cornette and how much he hated both him and Sami Zayn.
Right?
Well, Jim Cornette just needs a massive middle finger to the face and to shut the f up.
Yeah. You hear about the stuff he did with Matt Hardy over the weekend?
Cornette's opinion matters to me about as much as Meltzer's.
Yeah.
We're going to get Becky Lynch on Miz TV here tonight, too. That was not announced prior.
Nice.
So, yeah, we're coming back, and they're showing us what happened just a little bit ago with Rhea and Raquel.
Oh, that was Rhea. I didn't even realize it was her because I didn't see the first part. This is about where I saw it when they were just all brawling. I thought it was Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville for a second.
Oh. Okay, good. Good. Yes. Yes. Oh. Oh, geez. Nothing like going, okay, we'll give you till, we'll give you an hour and then,
No, we're going to have it next.
oh my
Get out
God.
there now.
I don't know about that now.
No.
Sorry, my camera's shaking all over the place. I got the emotional support puggy underneath my feet here.
Nice.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that I like this match being next.
I think I would have lengthened the tease of whether or not the match is going to happen or not.
I would have done. We could have had the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn segment right now lead to that tag match that they're supposed to have anyways. Could have just as easily done that and delayed this to the main event.
Yeah, I would have done like one or two more segments where we're seeing Raquel getting treated and whatnot, making it seem like we're unsure if she's going to make the match or if even the match is going to happen. And then we see Adam Pearce come out and say, "Can you still go in whatnot?"
Right. Joe coming in. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you, my brother. Thank you so much for popping in. I know it's been crazy with work for you. And he says, "Is that John Cena below Chris?" I can't really tell.
Well, can't
this
see him.
Week,
So.
Yep, this week I guess it is John Cena.
Yep, because we can't see him, man.
Well, speaking of which, I finished off the showcase mode in 2K23 with John Cena. The ending was stupid. You have to fight an invisible John Cena.
Oh, that's almost as bad as like GCW doing blow up dolls and bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of, remember Attitude Era on PlayStation 1 when you can unlock Head as a wrestler?
Vaguely.
Bullshit.
I did it because there was a lot of other cool stuff that I could unlock afterwards. Like Bruno Sammartino, 80s Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Come on, 2K. Do better.
Please.
Big Joe, how the hell have you been, by the way? Need to find out how you have been. Yeah, this is not wanted from me. I don't want this women's tag team match up next. That's
Yeah.
I mean, I get the joke behind wrestling an invisible John Cena, but it was just slightly ridiculous,
Right.
Okay, so
Just
this is one of my
wasn't
favorite things they
needed.
do for the cities that they go to. I love seeing like the kind of stuff you can check out while if you're in Atlanta, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
It harkens back to like back in the early 90s when they'd have superstars and they'd mention which city their superstars is coming out of, and you'd have Vince give a little spiel about that city.
Right.
Yep.
So no rules, falls count anywhere. That's what Viking rules is.
It's
Okay.
what, sorry, Chris?
No rules, falls count anywhere. So it's a falls count anywhere match, basically.
Yep.
Joe commented on somebody's post that was trying to defend that matchup. He had to step away.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole blow up doll match. I thought he was talking about me fighting Invisible John Cena.
Oh, no. No.
Did you happen to see? Speaking of ridiculous matches, did you see the one where the guy's wrestling the tent?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I believe I sent you the clips of that.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely ridiculous.
Yep.
It wasn't the blow up doll match. Wasn't that Kenny Omega who did that?
I think it
No,
was.
I think he did one, and then I know it's been done to death now. And there was one where I can't remember which company it was. I just saw it.
Where he wrestled the 9-year-old girl too.
Yeah, and in this company, they had the blow up doll give three back to back destroyers and win the title.
Seriously?
Yep.
I mean, that's the kind of wrestling I would expect when you're watching Joey Janela's Summer Break there, because that's supposed to be comedy.
Right, but still, even that, I'm not sure that I like.
No.
Mhm. Oh, Joe's got it right here. And Kenny did it first, and then Ibushi did it afterwards. I remember Ibushi doing it too.
Yep.
We're getting another commercial break here. This is
I feel like we just got back from it.
We
we
did.
did. We literally just did. So I don't know why we're getting one again. But maybe they've got a big start for this matchup that they need to get in there. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you thinking, guys?
I'm thinking this is an okay show so far. It's just okay right now, though.
Okay.
I mean, so far the match of the night for me is Riddle and Gunther.
Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was an intense matchup. That was a good matchup.
Yeah.
But I believe it's also been the only actual match we've seen so far.
You might be onto something there, OND. But we're only an hour into the show anyway, so there's still lots to come.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Leeds is coming here. Just being nosy, guys, but did you all wrestle at one point? Yes, we did.
Yep.
Sure did.
My back pays for it daily. But would I do it all over again? Yes.
Yep. 100%. Carl, I just sent you a link on a new trademark.
I saw that. I saw that. Now, let me see if we can go back to this. Will it allow it? Ah, it didn't allow it. Took it out.
Dang.
Well, that didn't work. I was hoping to have gotten
That would be
that right
that would
down
be the
there.
work of Carl. You were hoping to put that that blank screen right there below me there.
Yeah, yeah. I did, Joe. I did. Yeah, Leeds. I worked for a few different companies. I worked with Canadian or the Superior Wrestling Alliance, the SAW Sioux Area Wrestling. I've worked with Great Lakes All Pro Wrestling. I have, I guess technically, I've worked with the Canadian Wrestling's Elite, but not in a worker situation. I've done some other different things with them. Northern Ontario Wrestling Association. So yeah, I've done a few different places in my 11 years that I was working for, and thankfully I was able to carry a little bit of a couple of those companies as being a junior heavyweight champion, a Canadian heavyweight champion, as well as tag team champion.
Yes.
Yeah, and for me, I did work for Northern Ontario Wrestling Association alongside Carl. Carl was running the company at that time. I've
As
also
well as
done work with
myself.
I've also done work with OMD as well and a few other promotions. I've also done Sioux Area Sioux Area Wrestling as well. Not in a wrestling capacity with Sioux Area Wrestling though. I worked as I was more of the cameraman / helping to book kind of things. I wasn't technically the booker.
Yeah.
Right. No, I worked with NOWA. I worked with Superior Wrestling Alliance alongside Carl. I worked with Sioux Area Wrestling. I worked with XBWF here in the Sioux.
Oh yes.
I completely forgot about that company.
And BYW.
Yep, and
I
Pile
still
Driver
have
Pro.
those.
And I worked for your rival promotion, SBW. Forgot about that one.
Right.
Yeah.
I dabbled a little bit with SB as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because you came because after Ryan left, we asked you to come in and give us a hand with it.
Yep.
Yep.
I was I was brought in as the veteran.
Yeah.
I remember the training sessions in the backyard of my one of the places that I lived,
Yes.
putting on shows back there.
Yep.
And the big barbecue we had.
Right.
Yep.
And Kevin Cross getting his foot stuck in a nail.
Oh. Oh, I
The
completely forgot
backyard
about
barbecue brawl.
that. I completely forgot about that, but oh my God, I'm seeing his foot in my head right now thinking about it,
Right.
Because that was the night I hit the Undertaker's flying DDT on you.
Yep. Sonya Deville wrenching on that injured leg of Raquel right now as she's trying to crawl to get a rope break that is thwarted.
Is that even the right leg that she's working? I thought it was the other leg she injured. Or am I confusing myself here?
I don't know. They were when
the
they were in
outfit
the
matches on both legs. So
when they were in the back with the doctor, they were kind of talking that leg that was just being worked on.
Okay, so it is the right leg then.
yeah, she was on her back for that. So
Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper.
I wasn't meaning anything in that type of regard.
I'm loving this intensity from Liv Morgan right now.
Yeah. I want to go back to, I remember at that backyard show, I was set to defend my Canadian title against a certain wrestler who did no show. So Carl and I had to do some last minute booking, and
yeah,
those last
Very
minute
last
bookings
second.
were I give kudos to Vince McMahon for any last minute booking shit that he has to do, because that was just
Because everybody
mind-boggling.
else who showed up was booked, except for
Yeah.
my opponent.
Yep. So it's looking a little more and more like we may get some new tag team champions.
Yep.
Which at the same time, I wouldn't mind. Like, I know it'd be too soon, but I wouldn't mind Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville being with the tag belts.
I wouldn't either.
What was that? Was that supposed to be the Unprettier?
Yep.
I think a version of it. Oh, she kicked out. Thank
It
God.
looked really different to me. Really different.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, 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 huge. No, 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 no.
Oh, there's the doctor out to check on
Okay,
the
now it's
child.
right.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry that I put that
God.
out there, Carl, but I know you didn't want that to happen anytime soon.
No, no, no. God, no, no.
What a mistake. Can they be good champions? Yes, but not the right time.
And the reason I said it was too soon is because they just won back the tag belt.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree, Leeds.
Yep.
No. Oh.
And I'm not gonna lie though, I'm actually starting to become more and more impressed with Chelsea Green. I'm finally starting to see what you guys saw because I didn't get to see her in the independent. So
Did you not see her as Laurel Van Ness in Impact?
no, I can't watch Impact, dude.
Oh.
I have no access to it unless I want to watch it on Pluto TV, in which case they show matches from like 10 years ago.
Which
Well,
was
you'd
when
probably,
she was
yeah.
Laurel Van Ness.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. But see, I watched it last night and they were showing Samoa Joe there. So
Right, Leeds? Definitely this is deserving of an email to Mr. McMahon. What an
Go check out Laurel Van Ness on YouTube.
I'll have to do that for sure. But no, I see where you guys are coming from with her in ring because she's actually really good.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I've always been a fan of Chelsea.
Yep.
Laurel Van Ness or the Hot Mess Chelsea, like all of that.
Yep.
I've definitely been a fan of hers.
Absolutely.
But I'm more of a fan of Liv Morgan than I am Chelsea Green.
Oh, Liv is easily one of the hardest workers in the WWE right now.
She has done so much to build her credibility.
I kind of compare her to Trish because when Liv Morgan started off, Liv was green as hell, as was Trish.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Liv and Trish both put in that work to make themselves just that much better, you know?
Yep.
Because I remember how horrible that match, that Trish's first match was. And that was her first match was that tag team match where she and Val Venus defended the Intercontinental title against Eddie Guerrero in China. She was horrendous in that match, by the way. And Trish will even say that too.
Oh, yeah, she has.
See, and Leeds says, I like Chelsea, but not Sonya. No thanks. See, and I love Chelsea going back as long as I watched her in wrestling. Sonya has vastly improved from her time originally in NXT,
Right.
Mhm.
and she is deserving to finally get a title.
No, and I mean, yeah, like I have no problem with them being the tag team champions. I just wish that we would have maybe even just played this out a little bit longer and allowed, Liv and Raquel to hold those championships just a little bit longer, considering
I
they just
completely
got
agree.
them back.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. I wouldn't have minded a change at SummerSlam, maybe, or even like the night after, or the
Right.
Raw after, you know?
But who knows? Maybe we'll get the rematch at SummerSlam and allow them to go 12 minutes of a matchup and they put on a show for us.
Yeah.
Right now, we have absolutely no clue. And then maybe they take them back again, and maybe we get, another match, but, the rubber match between them. And who knows? I don't know. I need to just let this play out, and I need to stop being so emotional about it because it's somebody that I actually like. I
Yeah.
need to stop doing that.
It's Hunter. It's Hunter right now telling us let the story play out.
Yeah.
Those are words I'm going to live by from Hunter, by the way.
Right? I don't know what the dog is doing. He's okay there. Okay, so Lead says as well, hold the titles till SummerSlam. Yeah, I would have preferred that, and then I would have preferred them having a really great 12-minute matchup at SummerSlam. That would have been absolutely fantastic. But then again, as well, I kind of get, having titles change on a Monday Night Raw is something that we really, don't see very often. It always seems to be that it's only happening at the PLEs where title changes are happening. So to have this is okay as well.
Yeah, because
So,
it makes people want to tune in.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm just trying to think back to like the older days. Like if we watched like an episode of Superstars or something, and let's say Ricky Steamboat won the Intercontinental title on an episode of Superstars, and we missed it,
right?
Yep.
Make you want to tune in next week to see if anybody's going to win a championship then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
remember watching on Superstars. On Superstars was where Bob Backlund snapped on Bret Hart.
Yep. And that was a title match too, by the way.
Yes, it was.
And if you watch, I remember even around then, like maybe about a month or so beforehand, that match Bret had with 1-2-3 Kid on Superstars. That was a fantastic match.
Yep.
And again, it's Sean Waltman and Bret Hart. I mean, two guys who can freaking go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Leeds is just saying exactly what I was trying to say here. Gives the show prestige, and he's saying Steamboat is an idol of his. Steamboat was one of my idols as well. He was simply superb. Still blown away by that match he had with Jericho back in, what was it, 2010, 2009, and he was like, what, 15 years out of the ring, and he was still going. Like, he could still wrestle.
Yep.
I just saw your link you sent me there, OMD.
Yep.
But it looks like before we went to commercial break, we are getting Byron Saxton interviewing Seth Rollins.
Yep. But they said that was up next, and then they promptly said Jey Uso on the Warpath up next.
Right.
So which is it?
Right? Which one? Which one's happening here?
My guess is we're going to get the Jey Uso clips and then go to the Seth Rollins interview.
So I missed SmackDown again this week. Is Jey Uso going to be the one getting the title shot at SummerSlam against Roman?
I'm not sure. We did not see SmackDown as we were.
Oh, right. You guys were out of town, too.
Yeah.
I forgot you guys were rocking out. Well, I guess I posed that question to the chat then. Leeds coming up with an interesting little story on himself here. He says, I first saw Steamboat on telly on a Saturday in the UK. He just blew me away and got me into the WWF and at the time and WCW. And that's all it takes these days it takes to get into wrestling is just one wrestler. For me, it was Hogan. It was Hogan and Roddy Piper. And I told Piper that, by the way, too, when I met him.
Now we're getting the SmackDown rewind.
Okay.
So let's see how this turned out here.
This long, drawn-out storyline is so good, in my opinion.
It is.
I love the slow burn for wrestling stories we're getting these days, you know?
Yeah.
Leeds, I am not aware of what the wrestling was that you had in the UK at that time, but you're saying that it was different and exciting.
Compared for what we have over here at
North American.
Yeah.
The North American stuff was different and exciting. So yeah, I can understand you wanting to watch or watching.
Yeah. And from what I remember for the UK wrestling scene, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Leeds, but I feel like it was more theatrical back then. Like it was a lot more sideshow kind of stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. A lot more circus.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Do 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 do. This whole division between the bloodline, but yet with them all still really together intrigues me as well. Drew, I'm glad you saw that. Finally, Chelsea won something. Yes. Pretty good. I was indifferent towards it, but I'm going to let it play out for sure. Leeds is telling us that they had rules like 2 falls out of 3. I remember going to a show and my uncle getting into the ring to fight a wrestler as he thought it was so real. Jeez. Jeez.
Yeah, like I said, it was kind of treated like how it was back in the early 1900s back then.
Our local establishment coming in. I'm not sure who this is right now. This could be Bobby or this could be Ed. I'm not sure, but it says my grandma was always a big fan of giant haystacks. Now, how is that for deep dive UK wrestling?
That's a very deep dive.
Right.
Wow.
Drew, thank you so much for popping in. Nick Aldis is a free agent, and also Zicky Dice is too. I think we might be talking a little bit about Nick Aldis tomorrow on Turnbuckle Talk at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with myself and Mr. Chris Best.
I
Yeah,
will be there
Haystacks.
tomorrow. I won't be having technical issues like I did last week.
Haystacks was the heel and Big Daddy the face. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I've actually got somewhere a Haystacks Calhoun photo, like an
Different
old
wrestler, Carl.
vintage photo. I
Yes.
know a different wrestler. I know a different wrestler, but just seeing the name made me remember that I've got a picture of Haystacks Calhoun somewhere.
But yes, as soon as you see Haystacks Calhoun is the first person I think of.
Right.
Yeah, and when I first heard of giant haystacks, I literally thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Drew, thank you so much for popping in. Appreciate you getting the conversation with us as we're talking Monday Night Raw. As we're watching it, I hope you're watching it too. And
I
if
saw
all of
that.
you have not yet, just like Lashley is back, we want you to go back and hit that like button on the video for whichever YouTube channel you are on right now, because the more you do that, the more this gets pushed out to other people and allows more people to come in and see what you're seeing right now as well. Ed coming in. Hey, boys. Hey. Good to see you, Ed. Thank you so much for popping in. And the conversations going on inside the chat was awesome. I appreciate that. Drew is saying, who was your favorite wrestler of all time, Turnbuckle? All time, Shawn Michaels. For myself, for Carl. Chris, all
I have
time.
two. I have two, Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper. The two guys, as I mentioned earlier, got me into watching wrestling.
If we're going to do two, then I'm saying Shawn Michaels and Jake the Snake Roberts, OMD.
I'm going to go with Shawn Michaels, right along with you. But then I'm going to add a guy who came a little bit later. Actually, no, I will go before, and I'm going to say Owen Hart.
Okay, interesting.
I was rocking out to his theme
Interesting.
song earlier on Spotify.
Nice.
All right, the chat coming in. Leeds is saying his is well, he's been talking about him all night, but Ricky Steamboat and Sting,
Okay.
fantastic choices in my opinion.
Definitely is.
And I know Bobby has said this before. I've heard him mention it a few times. Brett.
And
Brett actually disappoints me sometimes, though.
Mm.
I like Brett too.
Sometimes.
Yeah. He disappointed me in 95 when he was supposed to show up here to fight Jean-Pierre Lafitte, but that didn't happen.
No.
And Leeds, I'm going to forget your actual name, so I'm just going to keep calling you Leeds because that's what I see. It says that him and Ed know each other from Tom Collihue. Yes, our good friend Tom Collihue, as you can see down on the ticker below, he does spoiler warnings on Mondays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and a SmackDown watch-along. So after seeing the Monday Night Raw watch along with us, you can go and check out Tom Collihue's channels. He is on Twitter, he is on Twitch, and he is on YouTube. And you can follow along with him on Friday nights for SmackDown. OLE saying excellent choices. leads. Ed is telling us, as a kid, beyond HBK, I was a big fan of the Head Shrinkers.
Oh, me too. That's
Interesting.
what got me into Samoan wrestling was the Head Shrinkers.
I was a huge fan of the Head Shrinkers. I was actually at the Hall of Fame induction for predating the Head Shrinkers for the Wild Samoans, as the Head
Okay.
Shrinkers were managed by Alpha.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've got to ask
And
you a question, OMD, and I've been wondering this for years on end. For fans who go to the Hall of Fame, is there like a dress code for fans, or can you just go in wearing what you want?
we were asked at the time to dress appropriately. They didn't want jeans and a t-shirt, so we dressed up. Now you're seeing it more because it's not in a separate center. It's
Yeah.
in the arena now right after SmackDown. You can't really enforce that.
Right.
So,
Chris,
but
Yokozuna.
Yeah.
I'm not
being the-
okay. I'm a huge fan of Yokozuna as well. So I actually played as him in a War Games match today on 2K23. I wanted to see what he looked like in a War Games match. All right, we're getting the Viking Rules match up next, clearly.
Clearly, we are.
and Maxine dressed in ring
what
attire
is
for
that
this
at
as well.
ringside?
Yes, she is. That's
We've
a
got the
perfect
ring set up like
observation.
a Viking boat.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the first Viking rules match we have ever seen. It just happens once every 2 or 3 years.
I don't
Right.
remember the last one.
I believe it was.
That wasn't the whole thing with the Street Profits, was it?
I believe it was.
That went on way too long, in my opinion.
Yep.
And speaking of Yokozuna, there, I remember when the WWE came here in '95. My mom, the two wrestlers she was so excited to see were Yokozuna and The Undertaker.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. But I believe the Undertaker was only here for the second show.
Yeah, that's the show I'm talking about. Because that's the show she got to go to. She didn't get to go to the first one. My grandpa brought me to that one.
Right.
And
With the
Yoko was
main-
on that show as well.
Yes, with the main event being, I believe that was Shawn versus Sid for the Intercontinental title.
Yep.
Or was
Henry.
that the casket match in the main event?
It was the casket match, but it was a double main event show. With
Okay.
if I remember correctly, Henry Godwin interfered in that Intercontinental title match.
No, Shawn won it clean. There was no interference in that match.
No, dude, I remember Henry Godwin walked down to the ring and he held the slop bucket and he teased Sid with the slop, and Sid went to the corner and did his like yelling thing, and Shawn rolled him up.
Interesting.
No, Shawn hit a super kick to the gut and then hit a super kick on Sid and pinned him.
Yeah. Oh, right, because that was after the distraction. It wasn't a run in from Henry; it was a distraction.
Yeah, I don't remember Henry Godwin interfering.
He took on Hunter earlier that night too.
Yeah, I remember that match because that was when we got Dean Shane Douglas coming out and offering his grades
Yeah.
for the intermission.
Just a grave digger. Yes.
And I remember very well in the casket match, it was Undertaker and Comet, and they broke the casket in the match.
Yes, they did.
Me and the fans around me were all like, okay, how are they going to finish this match? Because they broke the door on the casket or the lid on the casket.
They always make do.
Yep.
Dean Douglas, shortest Intercontinental Championship reign in history. Yep. And to be fair, in retrospect, I kind of wouldn't have minded seeing him with the belt for a little bit longer than the 5 minutes he had the title.
Right. We got Titus
Bobby
O'Neil
was-
joining commentary tonight. The
Okay.
WWE Global Ambassador, which I
This is a
absolutely
little-
love. I think that's great
Yes.
of him. Bobby says, I remember going to what I thought was a house show. Then Bret Hart defeated Ric Flair to become champion for the first time, and suddenly it no longer seemed like a house show.
That's because in
Yeah.
technicality, it wasn't, because it was put on VHS some months later.
Direct to video, RF video. Or it would have been Coliseum video probably back then.
Yeah, it was Coliseum.
Ed, yes, I would have worked a casket match if I was asked to and put into that position. I definitely would have worked a casket match. If he makes it to the desk without tripping, right?
Right.
So this should be a good matchup. This is kind of my style of matchup. It's what I did when I was working.
I'm expecting a bit of plunder out of this match.
Any pillaging happening with it too?
Oh yeah, that too.
I mean, it looks like they've already pillaged the jacket there.
I didn't even realize I made that pun. I was thinking plunder like weapons and everything, you know.
Yeah, film for Coliseum home video.
Yeah.
Right.
And for those who don't know, the tape was called Smack 'em Whack 'em.
Smack 'em Whack 'em. Okay.
Yep. For anybody who's looking for that show.
It was probably their take on Rock'em Sock'em, because that was big at the time for the hockey world, and Don Cherry was huge in Canada, and because that title change happened in Saskatoon. Yes, I remember.
I remember reading about the title change actually in WWE Magazine. I think it was in the December issue for that year.
Right. No, I heard about it. They announced it on Superstars.
Oh yeah, that's right too. But I remember like reading it in WWE Magazine, seeing the images and like the whole description of the match and everything like that too.
Right.
It was in their monthly Battle of the Titans section of the magazine.
Ed says, as long as it stops at pillaging and plundering. Bobby's letting us know that the match is actually free on WWE's YouTube. So if anybody wants to go and check it out, they definitely can. Smack Whack'em deep cut call there, Chris.
Yep.
Yes. And they pre-taped Brett's WWF Superstars promo there at the end of the night. Interesting to get these little backstage, like behind the scenes type of things after everything has happened. I love that stuff.
Break down the fourth wall 25 years later.
Right?
I kind of wish that because of the success of the two shows we had come to our city, I really hoped that we would have gotten a Raw like in '96 or something like that when business
We
was
did
still
not
low.
have success for those shows.
I
The crowds
feel like
were so small. You had maybe 600 to 800 people.
I don't know. I wasn't at them.
No, they were not big shows. It was the same thing when I went to Sudbury a number of years ago, probably 2006, 2005.
Whoa. Sorry, when you see that move.
I did. Are you talking about the splash against the edge of the boat?
No.
Just watch Otis. That's all I gotta say.
Otis. Oh. Did you?
Holy shit.
Oh, it's only 32 minutes behind right now.
Ed coming in. I've been lucky with Lowell, Massachusetts to see Rocky win the IC title for the first time on the night that HBK lost his smile. You've also been lucky with some fantastic NXT shows as well. I saw that, Carl.
I cried that day. People joke about Shawn Michaels losing his smile. It was no joke, damn it.
No, it wasn't.
Word is he's still looking for that smile.
Right, Leeds?
Yeah.
Like the strength of Otis. Holy shit.
Yep. And I am going to hit number 1 here right now on the locker room
Number
visit.
1.
Apparently, my locker room visits are like the Webwood count.
Yes, they are.
Kind of funny. I'm seeing America's Got Talent video, and I literally just got a notification about Sofia Vergara getting divorced. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh.
She's
If any
hot
of
and
you
all,
are
but
interested, right? Yeah, she is. If any of you are interested in owning your own piece of the Raw watch alongs, you can get your very own OMD's Locker Room Visit t-shirt. It is available at the link down below, karlkarufel.redbubble.com. We will be bringing in a little bit more merchandise for the Raw watch-alongs that are happening, but that one is available right now. We're
I'm
gonna have to
actually
get
excited
something
about-
for you, Chris. We're gonna have to find some merch for you.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. We got the Chris Parrish coming in saying, hey, boys.
Chris, we miss you, but we understand. I hope you were doing well.
He's got to make that dollar, that bling bling, you know?
Leeds, it is not a worn t-shirts. You can get your own brand new one for yourself. Mr. Chris Parrish is on his way home. Drive safe. That is all we ask. Drive safe.
So are we getting the Parrish run in? He's been known to just surprise us out of nowhere, you know?
He has.
It's
And
like an
I'm okay
RKO.
with those surprises.
He's like an RKO. He just comes out of nowhere.
Move. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh,
No way!
that was perfect. That moonsault was perfect.
Oh, just wait.
Hey, I'm just getting there, Chris.
Sorry, I'm marking out, OMD. I'm allowed to mark out.
OMD, fix your shit.
I'm good. I'm back.
That was just
Oh my god. The strength of Gable. You've got to be kidding me.
and how he kept it locked in afterwards too.
Holy shit. Oh. Leeds, yes. This match so far, absolute banger of a matchup.
Yes.
Parrish with the
Yeah.
funny coming in. Oh my god. Chad Gable once again. Who? drive safe. That's like saying, Dana, work smart and get over. Alpha, Ed coming in with the news here for us. Alpha Academy have workout Twitch streams going on.
I might have to look that up.
Ed, where is that? Is that on one of their personals? Is that on the WWE Twitch?
Okay.
Good for Maxine.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have her with the Letterman again? Yes, put the Letterman on. And then do the worm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with the way she was positioned there, I seriously looked like she was going to go for that.
She still might. Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh. Ed giving us the deets. Alpha Academy on Twitch. There you go, people. Check that out. Holy crap right now. Are you kidding me? Oh.
This is these six wrestlers, I'll say. These six wrestlers are taking what is essentially a shitty gimmick match and telling you we can turn this into gold, you know?
Yep.
Ed, I would say yes. I would say yes.
Oh, yes.
Right, Leeds? This heat work from the ladies is absolutely stellar right now.
It is. It's brilliant.
Oh.
What a throw there from Otis.
I want to point out, I'm not quite sure yet, but I think the makeup that Eric is wearing there is reminiscent of God of War. I think he's paying a little tribute to that.
It looks very reminiscent to me as well.
Yeah.
Oh. Holy shit. I just saw the finish. She just got finished announcing.
I just got to do this right now because that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh.
I kind of
You
like
got
that
the finish,
look.
OMD?
I did.
Okay. You got to let us know this shit. If you're behind and we're going to keep our mouth shut, you got to let us know.
No, I've got the finish.
Oh.
I've got to say, I like the look on Maxine's face when she saw Valhalla coming in to spear her. She had that like, oh shit, I'm in trouble face, you know?
Right?
Yep.
Leeds is saying excluding PLEs.
What a
this is
fantastic
amazing.
shot.
Match of the year for him. And I don't know if I'm hoping you're being serious because that's kind of how it comes across right now, that you're being serious with it. What a fantastic matchup. Ed saying that much better than he expected. They got the time. They showed that how good these 4 in bracket 6 can truly be.
Absolutely.
Thank you, WWE, for giving us this.
Yeah.
Leeds is serious. Good. Because
Here's the funny thing. We crapped on it last week when they announced it.
We did. And they pulled it out.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I can get behind this match.
Shinsuke against big Bronson Reed.
I mean, we've seen it 3 or 4 other times, but anytime Nakamura and Bronson Reed are in the ring,
Yep.
Why so serious?
why so serious?
Well, Parrish, have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
We got Shayna Baszler. Sorry, OMD. We got Shayna Baszler coming down the ring. In action. Okay, Shayna Baszler in action coming up next after this commercial break.
Okay.
And since we are going to a commercial break, I want to tell everybody about Rogue Energy, one of the sponsors of our local establishment. Rogue Energy is an amazing energy drink company that gives you no GMO, no filler, no killer, all just good shit in this product here. No crash, less sugars than all those other energy drinks that are out there right now. You can order from rogueenergy.com. While you're there, let them know that OLE Pods sent you, and you get 10% off your order. Put that into the promo code section, OLE Pods, for 10% off your entire order. And that's good every single time that you go and make a purchase with rogueenergy.com.
And let me just point out here that when Carl says there's no crash on Rogue Energy, there literally is no crash. It's a slow come down off the energy drinks, and I like that about that.
Ed says, can't wait to see Dirty Dom and the Don Tony D on the same show tomorrow night. Hey,
Yep.
I'm excited for you too, my brother. I definitely am.
I've been saying I want to see that too.
Lead says, as you said, it looked so scrap, but delivered a banger. Next match has a lot to live up to, and he meant crap, not scrap. It looked so crap, but delivered 100%.
I think one of my favorite things about that match too was the way they set the ring up to look like a Viking boat. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Parrish, I don't even know. So, but you know, all the power to you if you danced with her.
Ed says, who has the bird? I want to see the bird. Where's the bird? Give me the bird. Show me the bird. Where's the bird? Come on, give me the bird.
I don't even have pictures of my bird on here on this computer.
Well, then
The bird all bird enclosed. Got a cover over.
You know what? I should step AFK right now and do that. That's what he's chirping about right now.
You should turn the camera and show the bird before.
Because everybody knows that the bird is the word. So you better tell us about the bird.
I would, but he's actually on the other side of the room, so.
Get some pictures.
Yeah.
Post them in the Slack. Send them to Ed through Slack. That'll work. Chris Best takes his leave with his Painmaker shirt to go and put the bird to bed. We're not talking unaliving the bird. We're talking actually just covering the cage so the bird can go to sleep.
Yeah.
Chris is a bird tease.
Well, I'm going to open my non-sponsored Dr. Pepper.
And let's cheers that. I'm actually drinking my Disaronno Velvet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like that shit.
Well, this is the I mean, since Thursday night, this is the first night that I haven't had a beer or anything, and it's actually feeling pretty good.
Put the bird to sleep. That's a bit harsh for whistling. It definitely is.
Yeah.
Everybody, put that hashtag out there to the world for me, please. Hashtag Dr. Pepper sponsor Karl. Let's get that trending, and maybe we can get that sponsorship finally from Dr. Pepper. If you tap these veins right here, you're not getting any blood. You're getting Dr. Pepper out of there. That's about it.
Yeah.
Every
And
time I
coffee.
see you do that, Karl, you make me think of the episode of The Simpsons where Barney just says, "Hook it to my veins" when he wins the lifetime supply of beer.
Right? Oh, yes. Shayna Baszler taking on Nikki Cross as we
I
come
don't
back
like
from
this.
commercial break.
Yes. And
I
now,
don't like this for Nikki.
just so everybody knows, we can no longer get a Sanity reunion.
Yeah,
We might
That
touch on
bums
that
me out.
tomorrow.
that bums me out.
You know what?
Yeah, in a freaking minute, freaking minute, I'm gonna kill that kid. What was the point of this?
Were you just channeling your inner Joe Pesci?
Yes. Home Alone, one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. What was the
And Robin
point of
Coo-
this bullshit?
And a certain
No.
cool man will fight you on that.
Is it so that she can get on the stick, call out Ronda Rousey, and we can have to deal with another annoying person with the 2R initials?
No, but we're gonna get Ronda on the stick, calling her out.
Iron Brew. Okay, I'll definitely look into that. I'll see if I can get that over here in Canada.
And you actually saw why, Karl, that I did not like that, because I like Nikki Cross, and I don't think she should have jobbed that easily.
Me too. I love Nikki Cross. I would rather see more Nikki Cross than I do Ronda Rousey on my television screen.
This would have made more sense if Shayna was taking on like a local enhancement talent.
Okay, that I could get behind. That would have been okay by me. And I'm sure it's fucking Atlanta.
So
You
many
can't
talent.
tell me that there isn't talent there itching for a spot to be in there to job out in 3 seconds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Listen to the reaction
Like,
Shayna's getting over Ronda.
I know, but seriously, like my ears are hurting. All they're
Well,
doing is like
hello, Karl.
screaming at each other. Oh my God, it's Parrish!
Told ya.
I heard you were hurting, so I thought I'd make you better.
Oh, dude, I was a little upset that we weren't going to get a Parrish run in, but
Well,
I totally understand
Listening
broken
because
to
hearted,
they've
man.
been there. But I am
Listen-
definitely not hurting after this weekend that OMD
No.
and I just went through. Yeah.
No, listening to this henpecking.
And I will cheers you, brother, because I love you.
I saw you guys have Dr. Pepper earlier. I had one for lunch.
Well, I'm having Rogue Energy right now, so
I'm having high quality booze right now, and I'm not afraid to say.
I told everybody I'm having my Disaronno Velvet right now, so
Just so people know, I don't have a drinking problem. I have a working solution.
hey, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So that whole promo, I didn't necessarily care for it, but I like how it was set up with Ronda up in the Bob Uecker seats, I guess they used to call it.
Yep.
I don't know. I didn't hear half
in
of
the
it.
ring.
So.
It's something that they haven't done in forever. I mean, the last time they did something like that was that Raw where what was it? Evolution was sitting in the cheat seats the whole show, and I can't remember who it was that came out to challenge them at the end. I can't remember, but they sat there having their wine and their champagne throughout the whole show, kind of like how Ric Flair used to do with the Four Horsemen in 95, 96,
Right.
with that little setup there at every Nitro. Jackie Redmond.
I'm so happy to see her back.
Yeah,
Me
I'm
too.
just still wrapping up the Ricochet Logan Paul segment from last week.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we just go to a backstage segment now here with
Yeah, I'm here now.
Jackie.
What a change he has.
Leads, your stream went out at the wrong time.
Ouch, dude.
Get it back somehow. I know that you can watch wrestling along with us.
It's back.
It's back.
And it
Perfect.
comes back nice.
And it's better than ever.
Got a knack for making things better.
I'll have you talk to my past. I mean, you just did the opposite of what I did in the past. That's really what I was saying.
It's an interesting outfit. I kind of like that.
It looks like she's wearing pajamas.
Hey, I'd rather look comfortable than look awkward.
Right?
True.
For anybody in Canada, if you're wanting Pizza Hut, apparently it's 50% off faves right now. So go ahead and order.
Well, that's good because flavors usually 50% off too.
Not food poisoning for me. That's 100%. Every freaking that I've ever eaten at, except for the one that Carl and I went to, SummerSlam 04, I got food poisoning from.
The only thing I liked is back when they had the buffet and you get the dessert pizza. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. I used to go because I live on a border city. I would just hop over the border. They had a Pizza Hut over there that did the buffet. Yep. Go there all the time for it. It was fantastic over there.
You know what? We have one here, and I've tried a bunch of the pizzas from there, and I'm not a poultry person, but their chicken arrabbiata is the only good one they actually have here. Everything else is supremely dry and flavorless.
I'm actually glad now that I don't necessarily have to travel for pizza now because I got a pizza joint across the street from me now.
Yes, you do.
Wait, your pizza's getting high because it's smoking joints? What?
Yeah.
Well, the pizza joint across the street from me is actually right next to the cannabis store. So
yeah,
everything nowadays is right beside a cannabis store.
Yep. Or an LCBO.
Yep.
Like, oh, drop your kids at daycare, go next door, get some cannabis. Awesome. If you want to go donate some blood right afterwards, you go next door and you get some cannabis.
How about the cannabis daycare?
That's actually kind of funny, Parrish, because even here in the Sioux, one of our cannabis stores is actually right across from the Life Labs. And there's one actually about 10 minutes away from me that's going to be opening up to the other next to the other Life Labs, which are both blood donation joints.
You want to go to the hospital and get that heart transplant? That's good because when you're done, you can go next door and get some cannabis.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I should just put stocks in cannabis even though I don't smoke.
Right?
I've thought about it.
I'm pretty sure I just got rich off Bobby Munson alone.
Yeah.
Hi, Bobby. I see you in the chat.
Stocks in cannabis and vaping.
I couldn't do that because I would spend everything I make.
Yeah, I know.
Bobby, let's face it. My kids have a 50-50 shot of going to college. Let's just be honest here.
Oh, and that's another thing too about cannabis in our city is our college, Sioux College, I had heard, is opening up a cannabis cultivation class.
What the hell?
I could see it, especially in the environmental wing.
Career and life management. We're not talking about cannabis. You want to find out about the war of 1912? F it. We get to talk about cannabis.
That's right.
Leads.
All right, Ed. Have a great night, buddy.
All right, see you around, Ed.
Take care, Ed. Thank you so
Take
much
care.
for popping in. I appreciate you.
Feel better.
Bye, Leeds. Thanks for coming in.
No, Leeds is still here.
Then who's leaving?
Ed. Ed's not
Oh.
feeling well.
Oh, Ed made a joke about me. So I hope he gets better.
We all made jokes about you.
Yeah, I know. But he's salty because I beat him in Wrestle Draft. Sorry, Leeds.
Bobby,
Leeds,
yes,
don't mind
you
me.
do exist.
I'm drinking.
Bobby, I actually have my license to sell weed.
I didn't even know you needed a license to sell it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's just like getting a smart serve.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I have Smart Serve. We come back from break here, and we've got The Miz for Miz TV with the man, Becky Lynch. Is she still going by that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she still
Oh, yeah.
has the man
Okay.
moniker on her Titantron.
I put a little more emphasis into the actual ring work than I do what's on the Titantron. So
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the few that have gone through in her entire career for the most part with the same theme song, and I think that's pretty cool because not a lot of people nowadays are doing that.
Yep.
right.
Well, her theme song is actually very iconic right now. So,
Well,
when
that's
I
just
listen to
it.
that, sorry, Parrish, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that's just it. Like there are so many that if you just let it be for a bit, they become iconic, and they don't have a chance to get iconic if you just want to switch it up every 4 months because you're like, no, Def Rebel, I don't know, CFOs, oh, Jim Johnson, yeah, we don't respect him anymore apparently. Like, just let it be. You own the thing. If you want to change it, I'd say do two things: let either the talent make that decision, or let the audience vote on it because they're the ones that are going to probably download it on Spotify and everything.
Right.
Me, I have it downloaded on Spotify. It's in my rock playlist.
I was very fortunate to essentially have the same theme music throughout my entire career.
Yeah.
I
think I
switched
spent
up my theme a couple of times.
I think I spent like 3 hours last night listening to music that if I ever want to entertain the idea of going back, what that song would be. Because I do like mixing it up once in a while. Every now and then.
Right.
Even though For Whom the Bell Tolls is just, come on.
Right.
See,
But
when
for you
When you
to have a comeback with a new song makes total sense.
Well, I mean, like anytime I like left a promotion or stuff like that, like I look at that as an opportunity to reinvent yourself on an independent level because you're not always going to change every aspect about you like a lot of people like in the WWE or those. One,
Right.
you just don't have the money. First off, two, a lot of people sometimes don't have the brain power to think of something, and three, like you're probably going around the same group of fans. So you don't want to completely confuse them either?
Oh, yeah, Bobby. 100%. Body Bag by I Prevail. Yeah.
I Prevail would be fantastic to get into doing some wrestling teams. Karl and I have seen them a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic live.
Yes.
Carl, what was your theme? Because I remember you used Money Talks by AC/DC for a time.
For a very short time, I used Money Talks when I was doing the owner pro gimmick.
Yeah. And that worked for you, by the way.
I was owner, but I was
You are
on-screen gimmick.
Yeah.
But after that, when I got back into the ring and when I was actually wrestling, I was using Game On by Disciple.
Oh, right. My first wrestling theme was Eric Bischoff's theme song. And I'm glad I switched that out because I think you told me to switch that out, Carl, and I switched it over to Can't Stop by Pre-Thing.
Yep.
I was supposed to use Shine Down Sin with a Grin until they wanted to give me the created wrestler gimmick.
Right.
So that would have meant you coming out with the most generic song possible then.
Yeah. No, I was going to use it, and then it was the only time that it happened, and I made sure I bolted to the ring before they could finish the introduction because I wasn't doing the creator wrestler gimmick.
Mm. Oh, and for a brief time, this segment's pretty good so far. And for a brief time, too, I also used a Comfortable Liar by Chevelle.
Ah, right. I love this intensity that we get from Bex all the time.
Yeah.
But it's
I just figured out who
just to the point. It's not over the top.
Yeah. I just figured out whose locker she did raid. It looks like Wendy Chu's locker room she raided.
Oh shit! Yes. Ha.
I like her gimmick, by the way, Wendy Chu. I really do.
I love that they brought back this broken nose face guard gimmick for Trish too. Like that looks as though it is the exact same as the original. Like they had to have gone to the vault and grabbed it out and been like, "Here, throw this on."
The one that Virgil wore for a time? Or the one that Cody wore?
No, Cody's never had the padding.
No, never had the padding. Did Trish not? Trish wore one too for a while.
Briefly, yes.
Yeah, and it looks to be the same. Although I have had multiple concussions, so I could be very wrong. I don't know.
I do seem to remember Virgil, Trish wearing one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had one, I think, at a WrestleMania. I want to say like WrestleMania 18 or 17, like around that time.
Yeah.
Could be wrong on the actual like WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. And the only reason I said Virgil because I remember for a time he did that after Nails beat him up. He walked around wearing that for a time.
Right.
Also, I just watched the Dark Side of the Rings on Doink. Wow.
I talked about that earlier, Parrish. I watched it too. Fantastic show, eh?
Oh, amazing. I love Doink. I don't even care if he had issues. Doink the Clown was one of the best characters ever in the 90s, hands down.
We're gonna be getting this matchup. Oh.
I knew they were gonna throw that condition down.
What else?
Okay, I'm just getting to the conditions.
Well, the conditions are a 90% chance of you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
And 10% chance of are you there yet?
Bex just doesn't care right now. She's just like, done. Let's do it. I don't know whose TV it is, but somebody's TV's loud. I'm hearing it.
I'm gonna check if it's mine. No, because I'm hearing it too.
So that's mine.
The stip she added to the match very much reminds me of WrestleMania 3, Junkyard Dog and Harley Race, where the loser had to kiss the winner's foot.
Right. Oh. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious.
Balls of fire. I love the wherewithal that Becky just puts on the mask only to know that she can use that as a weapon.
Right?
Yeah.
Miz needs to get out of the ring. Right?
I kind of liked how Miz positioned himself in this whole thing. Like he was just the third man, the brother love who would just stand back and let the other two wrestlers do their thing, you know?
Yeah.
Interesting, yes.
He'd be there to antagonize everything and then just back off and let them do their thing, you know?
Oh, jeez. Right? That definitely was class. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Raw has definitely picked up here. You know, it has really, really picked up. And I'm happy about that. It started out a little slow. It started out a little kind of just humdrum, mundane. That is turned into another very good episode of Raw here.
I think it picked up from that the Viking rules match, basically.
Yeah, I would say so.
See, I'm even going to go and say it picked up with the women's tag match. Even though it was a shorter match, it was still decent.
It got us talking.
Yeah, I think you're right, OMD. That's kind of where it just started its climb was right there with that matchup.
And I'm not saying that Riddle and Gunther was a lull, because that was actually a pretty good match too.
It was.
But I think it's the fact that there were so few matches in that first hour that just kind of made it a little humdrum, you know?
There was Gunther and Riddle in the first hour.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That was the only match. And we had the Cody and Brock segment, which we revisited already.
Twice.
Right? Now SmackDown needs to up its game. It's a shocking show at the moment. Leads.
Okay, so we got a tag title match later tonight. I didn't think I didn't know it was going to be a tag match. Match.
Yeah.
They had a Dominic Mysterio on the socials yesterday. I pinned it up.
Okay.
And the match I'm interested in seeing again. And I'm not being sarcastic on that. I actually do want to see this one again.
I do enjoy me some Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, me too.
Yep.
But I also enjoy me some Jonah.
Absolutely.
Or Bronson Reed.
So
Big Bronson Reed.
Yeah, big Bronson Reed.
I mean, I am the enhancement talent, so I have to point out the quotation marks.
Oh, I couldn't do that anymore. My knees would break.
I used to be able to do that, but then I gained weight.
Parrish, why was that so funny?
Because I'm trying to picture him doing it. No.
I used to be
Like,
like
that's
when I was
stuck in
a
my
kid. When I was a kid and very young, I used to be like very flexible, but I can't do it anymore. I used to be able to do flips and shit like that.
Flips and shit.
Even after gaining the weight that I did and the girth that I now have, I'm still pretty flexible. And I shocked one of my employees while I helped them take down a suspect individual. And yeah, I was able to maneuver myself around and twist and turn inside of a very, very tiny confined space. And we're watching the video footage afterwards for to give to the police. And he looks over at me and he goes, "Damn, dude, you're flexible." And I'm like, yeah, I still got it.
With how chill you actually are, Carl, it would scare me seeing you take down a suspect, actually.
9 times out of 10, I don't need to get physical.
No.
I can talk my way out of the situation, or I just get a little louder and I use that parent voice. And they're
I've heard
kind of
you use
like,
the parent voice on your son, so
and they're like, "Ooh, shit, this guy means some business." Yeah. WWE going for superlative for nicknames instead of ingenious ones.
superlative is the word.
It's superlative.
Yeah, that's what it is to me. Superlative.
Superlative.
It's right up there with "How dare you make me bleed my own blood."
Exactly.
That's right. Well, I mean,
Yeah, it feels
if
like
Chris
they're
Best
using, like,
if Chris Best can come with us next year, there's a giant hill he can roll down.
Oh God. Yeah.
I actually would roll down that hill probably.
But
I
you have to do it with Limp Bizkit's rolling.
Right.
we had that song cranked in the car. We were all singing and dancing to it, and that was in my car.
We just threw on some Sirius XM for a while from my phone.
Again, why so serious?
Why not?
Fair play, Carl.
Johnny Fairplay?
Fuck Johnny Fairplay.
I agree on that, actually.
I have a story for Johnny Fairplay, but I don't.
Carl and I met Johnny Fairplay.
I did too, and I am embarrassed because I share a birthday with that little bastard. But yeah,
I've got a
he's quite
poster
trick.
with his face, well, small, on my wall actually right now from the Wrestling Superstar Showdown show that OMD and I went to.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, Carl, I've told you the Johnny Fairplay story. I don't know if I've told Chris or OMD. I'll tell you guys after. I don't want to. We got Shinsuke in the ring.
Yes, we do.
We do, and we
Let's
got
be
Bronson Reed coming.
Oh, they got that good view back. Yeah.
Right?
I like
That
that camera.
gorgeous view. I love it.
Man,
Those little
Kevin
things
Dunn's
that
been on
just-
point with his camera work tonight, man. He's been on point with his shooting.
so many things to say, but yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag Dr. Pepper sponsor Carl.
Hashtag, you got 23 flavors. We got 23 reasons why it will work. Number 1 and number 23 are all the same because you know you want to.
Exactly.
It's like Cheese Whiz. You know you want it.
I picked up some cheese whiz the other day when I went grocery shopping.
Why does everything I say have something to go with it? Trying to be random here.
You laughing at Bronson's facials there?
I sure am.
I don't want to know about Bronson getting a facial on Raw.
I think you do.
I think you do on this one, OMB.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper.
Rogue energy, rogue energy, rogue energy, rogue energy.
Craft beer, craft beer, craft beer.
Oh my God, that looks good. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I've always been a fan of the big men inside the ring, especially when they can move like a Bronson Reed moves.
And I was going to compare that that moonsault that Ivor threw in that match there. I thought Bam Bam Bigelow throwing moonsaults in, and I'm like, that was better than Bam Bam's moonsault.
I will not go that far. I will say it was just about on point.
Yeah, but you know what big man had a beautiful
Vader?
moonsault?
Vader had one.
Yeah. Say yeah all day, all night.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Sorry. I had to throw you guys off.
You rule.
Says my fortune cookie. I mean, I don't have this on big screen. I should. Okay, I'm glad I did that because at first thought I thought you were just showing us a condom, and I was like, why?
No, he's showing us the Mastodon pin.
Again, that could be the name of a condom.
Trojan Mastodon size.
There we go.
Yeah, this pin is absolutely amazing.
So wait, does he
got
wear that
Vader.
mask on the pin, or is that two separate pins?
It is magneted
Oh,
onto Vader.
that's cool, actually.
Yeah, it just magnets on.
So it looks like he's wearing it, basically.
Yep. Thank
That's
you,
really
Pro
cool.
Wrestling Crate.
I've been meaning to try and get a subscription from them.
Or if you're into pins, just check out Pro Wrestling or WrestlingPins.com. Sorry, just WrestlingPins.com.
Or book a match against me. I will gladly pin you for the 1, 2, 3.
Pin me, pay me. That's it.
I was just going to say that, Carl. One of the many attitude shirts I wish I actually had was that pin me, pay me, Al Snow shirt.
Right?
Then he got paid a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he did. Seeing a commercial for the new Ninja Turtles movie, and it actually looks pretty good to me.
Yes, it does.
I just want to see a Ninja Turtle movie done in the way the ones from the 90s are. I
Yes,
don't care. Those are still the best.
they
Well,
are.
not the third one, but the first
yeah.
two. Like,
Okay. So I got a little bit of a defense on the third one. The third one sucked in the way it looks stylistically, but the comedy was on point for me.
oh, the comedy was 100% 90s comedy. There is no disputing that. But when
Yeah.
when you're basing it from the ones that came after, I mean, it was clearly the Stain
Yes,
to the
and
And
Mr.
it
Best.
is a movie. It is a movie that I'll still go back and watch the third one if I see it on TV or something like that, you know?
And I'm sure you've heard Bubba Duke and I discuss the new Ninja Turtles game that's in development.
I did see a little bit of that, but I can't remember what was said there.
I will see if I can find the link for you in my messenger.
Come back from a commercial and match
Oh,
is still going on, thankfully.
But I've been playing, as far as Ninja Turtles games go, I've been playing Shredder's Revenge on PS4. That game is fun.
Bobby heard it and made a short of it on YouTube.
Yeah, and I'll be looking for that short. We also made a short of OMD's Follies last week.
Yes.
Saw that just before we went live.
No, seriously? I can believe it, but holy crap, how did he kick out of that?
He went hard on that one too, eh?
Yeah. What is going on? Oh. We've had a great European style matchup happen tonight. We've had a great, like, anything goes style matchup happen tonight. We had a great tag team championship matchup happen tonight. We're having a great wrestling match happening here right now.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And it hasn't
Wow.
been preempted by an hour and a half of talking on the microphone.
Oh,
You see it? You see it,
I was-
OMD?
I completely forgot about that.
Right?
Now I do, yep.
At first, all I saw was a bald guy attacking him, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is Luke Gallows doing attacking Bronson Reed? I completely forgot Tommaso Ciampa has an issue or would have an issue with him.
Right?
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
now is this gonna set up a 6-man?
I don't know.
kind
It
of
might.
Because
kinda
Miz
wanna-
had some history with Bronson. So we're getting them two against against Ciampa last week, thinking, okay, let's set some seeds into the Gargano return for DIY. Now, if you add Shinsuke to the side of Miz, where they do have a little bit of history, and then Bronson, maybe we add Dexter Loomis to that side as well.
I'd be all for Ciampa versus Shinsuke in a one-on-one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I wouldn't be against a Bronson Reed and Dexter match, to be quite honest.
Oh, me neither.
No. But we need to get Dexter back on TV.
By the way, how cool is it is that John Cena is playing Rocksteady in the new Turtles movie, and Sheamus just played Rocksteady in the last set of Turtles movies? It's like Rocksteady is only set for WWE wrestlers to play.
Yeah.
Because if they did do a live action one, I could see Batista playing live action Rocksteady if they did another live action Turtles movie.
Okay.
Now, okay, let's beg the question here. If you were to make a Ninja Turtle movie, but you're only using professional wrestlers, who are your 4 Ninja Turtles? I love doing these, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
For me, Drew as Raphael. Gunther as Leonardo. I'd go with Seth as Mikey.
I could see Seth doing Raph as well, though.
And I'm going to go with Ricochet in the Donatello spot. Bronson Reed as Shredder.
Rita Shredder, that'd be awesome.
See, I think Roman Reigns would be a great Shredder.
Yeah.
Too, yes. I can completely agree with that.
Because I was going to say, I would put Kevin Owens as Raphael.
Okay. Yep.
Oh yeah, because he's got the sarcasm.
Yep.
And he's got that rage,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
For my leader that's like a goody two-shoes and like always kind of does it the right way, Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
Yep.
So Ray as Leo. Okay.
Yeah. My tech guy, kind of like the Donatello there, that's always kind of like the brains there. That's when you got to give me the Sami Zayn. All right? He's always got a plan.
Yeah.
It's either Sammy or Seth. They always have it figured out, right? But then I'm thinking, okay, I'm Michelangelo. Well, that's Chad Gable to a T right there, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole goofiness.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
And then here's the nice thing. The Splinter is, I think, the hardest one. See, Bobby is saying Cody. But the thing is, I don't see Leonardo ever being that willing to do something bad for the good. He's like
Leo
too
has, though.
baby.
Leo has on a few occasions.
A few, but Cody does that like all the time now.
Yeah.
Cody could also be Raph though, because Raph lets his emotions get the better of him in most cases.
Yeah. How about Ciampa as Raph? But did you guys see that Drew McIntyre has just finished filming a movie with Batista?
Yeah. I don't know if they just finished. I think they are starting to film. Because he was missing this week's Raw for it.
So I guess we're getting heel Shinsuke, and I'm not sure about it right now.
I don't know if it's like necessarily heel Shinsuke, but the single fact that he's mad at somebody that cost him a match, even though they're two baby faces.
But he just went through
I'm okay with.
He just went through this all with Ricochet and that three-way with Bronson Reed. Bray
Yeah,
Wyatt as Splinter. Nice.
Bray Wyatt as the Rat King, but I went further and I thought Bray Wyatt as Leatherhead.
Okay, well, before we hit the main event here, I'm going to hit number 2.
Number 2.
See, like, I would think an old Undertaker is the perfect Splinter.
I could see that, actually. I really could.
Like, somebody who's very patient, understands that, like, you don't have to act right away to do something. Like, when you think of Undertaker, that guy could have acted right away and left WWF when things were going bad. He could have gone to WCW. He played it through. Every little thing he did was very calculated, very well thought out. And he always played the patient game, but he also thought things through all the time. And he was always the voice of reason when things got chaotic. Is that not guilty?
I mean, to use
Lisa's
an
saying,
example,
has
like,
Corey become a porn star with that mustache? Well, he is having a child with Carmella.
yeah.
So I'll let that one be decided by you.
And you're right about Taker, too, because he has fielded, like, he did field a bunch of offers from WCW when he was on his rise. But he played the waiting game to see where WWE was going to end up.
Well, and he was always very loyal, right? Like, Splinter was very loyal to his sensei, which Taker was to Vince.
Yep.
Which also could be maybe
Vince
could have been the sensei. He could be the sensei because he kind of was the guy that started everything, right?
Yep.
And I can see Taker that way too, because like I seem to remember stories of him like talking to the younger guys and helping them get over. And it makes me think of that one scene in the very first Ninja Turtles movie when Raphael comes back after helping Casey Jones out with those two guys, and you see Splinter just sitting there and he's consoling him because he knew Raphael's rage was just out there, you know.
Also, that shirt Dom has is fantastic.
Yes, the Funko Pop shirt. I love it.
Chris, I did send you the link for the new Ninja Turtle game that's being developed.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it
after the
momentarily.
Yeah. And I don't know if they confirmed this earlier, but Seth freaking Rollins is defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor at SummerSlam.
Yes, they had a sit-down interview with Seth, which Finn interrupted, and there was no shenanigans. They didn't fight or anything like that.
Yes, they did. Finn assaulted him right afterwards.
Did he? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
So Sammy wearing that elbow pad, as he normally does not have anything on his arms, with the exception of the wrist tape. It's interesting if he may be nursing something. Also, I'm just going to say this. I would love to see Dominic Mysterio wear the Women's Championship every time Rhea is defending it.
That would be hilarious.
I still laugh at when the episode where Rhea was awarded the new Women's Championship and Dom grabbed it out of her hands and jumped around like he won the heavyweight title.
Yeah.
just trying to find out if some of the comments I'm seeing are old or new.
Okay. Where did Karl go?
We do not know.
Just saw this.
He just put in the private chat BRB, and then he had a phone call. So I'm going to assume it had something to do with work.
Yep.
So that leaves me and Parrish in charge of the show for now.
Yep.
Let's face it, Chris. You're in charge right now because I'm getting drunk.
Parrish will be proud of me. I actually got piss fucking hammered on Thursday night.
Was it responsibly?
Yes.
Good boy.
I mean, it was at a metal festival at the same time, though, was it not?
No, it was the night before the metal festival even started.
Hey, got to prepare, right?
Exactly.
No, that festival looked fucking fantastic, by the way.
It was, and I mean, that was a tame festival for what we're used to.
All right, Leeds coming in here asking us, do you think WWE should have intergender matches where men could fight women and the other way around?
Yes.
I'll let you guys answer this because I've been heavily opinionated on this topic.
I'm going to say yes. They used to have them, and it happens a lot on the indies. We've seen, we saw a brief one with Rhea and Tozawa a number of months ago. And prior to that, they were looking at one with Nia Jax and Dean Ambrose way back when.
I remember Moxley talking about that.
So I do think that it lends some credence. And especially if we're getting this 90s feel and this supposed to be edgier third hour. You've got Candice LeRae, who is experienced in intergender matches on your roster. Why not utilize it?
I think I'd be all for it if it was booked right. Like if there was a proper storyline going into it.
Absolutely. Like, I don't want something like the Good Housekeeping match.
I actually liked that match, dude. I actually enjoyed that match. I don't know why, I just did.
I really haven't said anything unless you've heard past ones because I've had done some ones in the past. The only person right now that would have a legit storyline to do it on the roster is Dominic Mysterio. And I think if he was then to fight some of Rhea's battles, because Rhea does it to, I think that's okay. But here's kind of my thing.
Okay.
One, intergender wrestling normally isn't done fairly. We talk about equality in the real world, and then we kind of somehow put it into the wrestling product. But normally, we don't see equality with intergender booking. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, you're not seeing a male and a female performer that are on the same level of each other. One's always higher up, and normally we see a very sided decision when this is done, because it is more acceptable when we see a female hit a male. We're not going to question anything. You're not going to even see much of the BS on the social media. But if a guy was to hit a woman on there, it's a bigger issue.
Absolutely.
Also, I love professional wrestling in the same way that it is a substitute of what we think a real combative fight would be inside a wrestling ring. There's still some reality that I like towards my wrestling product. But if we want to base that on what we believe, you cannot go outside and see a man hit a woman and be okay with that. If you are, you're a pathetic person and
Right.
an animal, and you should be buried under the prisons.
Yeah.
So, because that is still an issue in the real world, social media will then still have a very indecisive or
Indecisive.
thank you opinion about this. I
Right.
think it's better to stay away from it until the story actually validates the situation, because once the story validates a situation, then it becomes more acceptable.
I get
Because
it.
if you
Yeah.
force it, all you're doing is creating an issue. Because one of the problems nowadays is social media and the people on social media. There are a lot of people that want to say they have knowledge of the business simply because they watch the product.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but 90% of people that watch porn still have no idea how to perform the actual act.
Right.
People really confuse opinions with knowledge nowadays.
Yep.
But at the same time, as long as the story validates it, I'm okay with it.
So I'm going to pose this one to you then, Parrish. So, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to use your experience or use your point of putting Dom into it. And we'll go back to the Judgment Day versus the OC. Would you have been okay with a Dom versus Mia Yim?
Okay, but like you got to tell me the story though, because if you're just gonna book it thinking it's fine,
Right.
it's still gonna look a little weird to me because
Right.
I'm just not okay with
Yeah.
a guy hitting a
Right.
girl.
No,
Like,
no,
I'm just not.
I completely get where
I
you're
don't even
coming
want to
from.
see it on TV shows, and when I do, I
No.
go, ah, like I'm like, what the heck? But
No.
I can separate that too, right?
But
The modern day people on social media don't separate what
no,
they see on
don't.
TV with reality.
See where you see like
Because
where we-
Rich Holland is getting a lot of shit right now for doing fucking nothing wrong.
Yep.
And it pisses me off because calling somebody dangerous in the ring is one of the most insulting things you can do to someone.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did that, but like
Yeah.
it bugs me
We
so
we
much.
had
See, I would
we,
be-
we
I
get
would
our
even
weekly Ed
be-
Fries rant. Here's our parish rant. We need to clip
I
that.
would be okay with it if, it was like in a situation where Rhea's interfered with everybody from the LWO to the OC, and every time the guy turns around, they're going to hit. And not, I'd rather see it just be the turnaround, sort of a blind swing. And then all of a sudden, oh shit, what have I done?
And see, going back to like the intergender matches that we had with Jeff Jarrett and China, that build made sense to me because in the end, I wanted China to kick the shit out of Jarrett.
Carl, since you're back, we're discussing the idea of intergender matches.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, if you haven't picked up on it yet.
I couldn't tell. How did that conversation come about? And
Leads us to the question.
Leeds popped a question here. I'll show you it.
And then yeah.
okay,
Man, like, okay, like, and he also put like Dom versus Rhea in a breakup match. Like, if that's not the most acceptable way of an intergender match right now in the WWE, I don't know what is. Nothing else has the backstory that validates it.
right.
And it would be hilarious because Dom is portraying that little bitch character.
Right.
While Rhea is the dominant force.
Right.
So, yeah, she should just completely kick the snot out of this punk, right?
How about
Oh,
the
of course.
DIY reunion and Candice makes Gargano choose between Tommaso and her?
Like, why?
I know.
Like, why? So, and that, like, to me, that is why I've soured so much on a lot of this, is because a lot of these narratives
Right.
are so forced just to have. And it's just like, my God, like, let things be organic, let things be real, let things play out. I mean, this whole I need it now crap. Jesus Christ, people, find some hobbies and detach from your crappy analysis of what makes sense sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
Because just because you want it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that in order to get it and to be what you want it to be, it needs to take time.
True.
And that's the other thing about the Jared China rivalry. I remember that feud was coming off of like a 2 to 3 month build, because all that whole time Jarrett was playing the I'm the superior male, I'm better than all the women and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's just so
But
weird.
that was because at the time, or he had won the Intercontinental Championship when she and Jericho were the co-Intercontinental Champions.
Yeah. And ask Jericho if he enjoyed doing that.
No.
Exactly. I mean, they're as much as we enjoyed the rise of China in that role, because she made it believable, but then she also did very well in it.
Yeah.
It's also one of those things where I can counteract almost every one where they're like, well, why don't we have this said female superstar wrestle the men? And I'm like, why not have this said female superstar be the next China, the next Becky Lynch, the next Charlotte Flair?
Right.
Why don't we help that elevate their platform, so by the time they're at a high, then if you want to do this, it means that much more.
I was going to say the same thing for when Medusa took on Paul Heyman. But then again, WCW didn't have a very good women's division at all. So
No.
WCW didn't have a lot of good creative division in a good chunk of time.
yeah.
Or a good booking department.
No.
Well, the booking they got Vince. WCW was like a revolving door. So,
and then they got Vince Russo because they thought that was the band-aid to all their boo-boos.
Yeah.
Yeah, they picked up Vince Russo, not realizing that Russo had a filter in WWE. So,
well, they picked up Russo because they didn't realize Vince McMahon was actually the genius behind Vince Russo.
That's what I mean, because Vince was his filter.
Yep.
Like, and I said it a few weeks ago. This is the one time where, like, you don't see a lot of men on women violence in wrestling or altercations or whatever you want to say. But
that's why these days
this would
like,
be the one
Rhea,
time where I think nobody would bat an eye if Rhea got involved and KO just said, screw it, kick her in the gut, stun her. Like, how many times did Steve Austin get away with stunning women back in the time?
Absolutely.
Or The Rock did the people's elbow or a rock bottom
on Stephanie.
Yeah, like it has to go both ways.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go both ways, it won't work.
True.
And I'm all for.
And I remember when Stephanie took that rock bottom, she was eating. Rock was eating slaps from her, like in the weeks leading up to that happening. So,
oh my God, what a beautiful sequence they just did right now. Sami Zayn's timing. I mean, call him Rolex because he has some of the best time in the business.
Oh yeah. I gotta say, the one stunner I did not expect Stone Cold to do on a woman was when he stunned Linda McMahon.
Yeah. And Linda still took it better than Vince.
Yeah, she did.
And still took it better than her counterpart, Donald Trump. And that was one of the shittiest stunners we've ever seen.
Yeah.
This has been a good matchup, though. I'll give it that.
I'm still distracted by watching Rhea and her reactions. I've said this week in, week out. She makes a fantastic manager.
And if anybody doesn't know by that camera angle, Raw is a legit a sellout tonight.
Yes,
it is.
They've shown that angle a few times tonight, and I love it.
It was posted on social media this morning where somebody was trying to buy tickets, and it said how many tickets were out there, and that's how many tickets were sold. They could not buy a ticket as of this morning.
Wow.
It still shows how post-pandemic we are starving for for all kinds of entertainment, and why tickets are selling fast for just about everything.
It also shows that if the product is good, the people will support it. But the people will not, like, you need a reason to spend your money. You just sometimes, like, you just won't do it for the sake of doing it. I know it happens. Trust me, I know it happens.
Right.
But people don't want to quit on WWE.
No.
People just want WWE to not quit on themselves.
That's right.
Yeah.
And once they realize they got to work just as hard, if not harder, than the fans do, they won't get the fans. But when they do that, the fans will be there. If you book it, they will come.
True.
All right, OMD. Sorry, what were you going to say, man?
I don't remember. I got sidetracked and distracted in this match. And the Damian Priest for Corona.
Right? Nice.
What I'm liking about how Raw and SmackDown have been lately, it's like they're showing it doesn't matter how insignificant the match is, every match is important on the show.
Absolutely.
The
first match was important.
This match
is important.
Yeah, it was. I barely even noticed that tag. Whoa!
Did you see the air he got off that?
Jeez.
Oh.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I did not expect, so they used cameras again beautifully there. First KO, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, right behind me.
There's some Rhea on KO action right there.
Dr. Pepper.
Yep. Hashtag Dr. Pepper sponsor Karl.
I was gonna say where's Finn, but I forgot Seth took Finn out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy about this. Okay, yes.
Oh, yes, 1,000% yes on this one.
Yeah.
This makes a lot of sense.
Oh, please let's start that story soon.
Yes.
Oh.
I know Sammy's usually safe with that suplex, but it always scares me, you know?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Liv Morgan come out there. Yeah. That just made this a 13 for me instead of a 10. Oh. Good God.
Everything
They
about that
really need to update those tag titles, though.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I said that earlier too, Parrish. But no, everything about that finish makes a lot of sense, you know?
Oh,
I'm assuming Rhea got involved in the tag title match earlier tonight.
She did in the
Yeah,
backstage segment
pre-match.
Yeah.
Yes,
Did she
Lee,
take it?
you are absolutely right. What a freaking show.
Monday freaking Raw.
That's right.
This road to
Oh.
SummerSlam has been fantastic. Words can't
yeah.
describe it, eh, Carl?
No.
Alphabet Carl. A, B, C, D, E, F.
1, 2, 3.
It's easy to
Ooh.
say some words.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's exactly what I assumed. Thank you, Leeds.
Oh,
Because like they clearly want to do Raquel and
Rhea.
Rhea at some point. Raquel,
Yeah, I was gonna say I was hoping for SummerSlam, but it looks like we're getting Liv and Rhea at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I've heard Raquel's name being targeted as the early favorite for the 2024 Women's Rumble.
Which I wouldn't be opposed to, by the way.
Leeds, my brother, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you very much sticking with us here through the entire Monday Night Raw, being active in that chat. If you're enjoying this, please allow others to share in this as well. Let them know that we do this every Monday night. We go through and talk about Monday Night Raw and just kind of everything. We just make it as entertaining as we possibly can. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Leeds.
And if
Always
you like
a
this,
pleasure, buddy.
if you like this video and you're watching from the YouTube, give it that thumbs up. But you guys don't understand how much that actually does help. It's a simple click of the button. It's great. And if by chance you really like this and you want to see more, hit that subscribe and hit that notification bell and let us send you reminders all the time from Turnbuckle Talk, our Turnbuckle Studio, or even our local establishment. Have fun new content, because there's always new content going
That's
on.
right.
Oh,
And just like Pokemon, you got to catch it all.
That's right.
And believe me, I try to catch it all when it comes to our stuff.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is definitely true.
Good.
So, dodgeball or tag. Sorry.
Yes,
What
it
a
did.
stupid thing to put on TV.
Right? World Championship Tag League. Like what?
Although I'm not gonna lie though, that if John Morrison did not become successful in wrestling, I think he'd be successful doing this.
No, because I just want to see Brock Lesnar go up against him and just kick the freaking snot out of everyone. Like, that's all I want to see. Either that or I want to see Brock Lesnar as like an American gladiator, and it'd be hilarious. Or like, if you remember that Pro versus Joe show? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you think you beat a WWE superstar? Boom. You see this like little bastard come in, and then all of a sudden he looks and it's like, oh, and then you're against Brock Lesnar, and then yeah. He ain't walking out then.
Nope. He's not even crawling out. That's a stretchered out.
That'd be more
Also,
like
if
that
anybody's
show
not-
Bully Beatdown then.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar's not a bully. He's Canadian. Come on.
That's
True.
right.
That's right.
He only bought land because he has to be a citizen, so he got a citizenship.
Understandable.
Yeah. See, we were the kindest Canadians this past weekend.
I think we were.
Were you?
I
believe we
think
were.
so. I could be wrong, but I think so.
Sounds very egotistical to me.
Well, sometimes
just
we can
think
be.
you're the nicest. There couldn't be anybody. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to spin it. I know you guys are nice. You don't have to tell me.
What was nice
Oh,
was
that
this.
guy totally ate crap going onto a bar, and that was so good. Oh. Then he just totally jumped into nothing. What an idiot.
This is the stupidest shit on television that Parrish is popping more for than he does for Monday Night Raw.
It's because it's so dumb. It's like, how can you suck that bad at a hobby?
Okay, but you know what?
Dude, did you not do this on every jungle gym at recess? How are you this bad at it?
I would rather watch tag than poker.
Sure, they're both not sports. It's like, when are they going to put the World Masturbation Federation on TSN? Dear God, TSN, just get the rights to the NHL. We get it. You're deprived of content. But holy shit. This is Sportsnet, actually. I apologize.
Yes.
But I'm not wrong about TSN.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. You're not.
It's like, oh, look, WWE took Jackie Redmond in. We got to now put tag on. Wow. There's 16 rounds to this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've actually sat and watched, I don't know how many, I think probably 5 or 6. But it's like, if the chaser survives the runner survives his minute, then he continues on until he gets tagged, and then he becomes the chaser.
My God,
OMD's
I
becoming
just
a
want to
fan
see
of the
the
show.
jackass. I just want to see that jackass fist come in and just bitch slap one of the fucking guys.
I think they might be
way too
training
much
for,
now, and I apologize.
They might be training for Jackass or Impractical Jokers.
I would pop so hard if some moron on this thing is like running away, like, haha, he ain't gonna get me. Whack! It'd be so good.
You just see them running, then that giant hand from Jackass 3 comes out and just smacks.
Yeah, and then make the hand even like better after it's done. It just gives them the finger. It'd be so good. Thumbs up, like people should do if you're watching here on YouTube. Hey, yeah.
That's right.
Brought it back.
Thank you to everybody for sticking around and keeping with us here on this edition of Monday Night Raw Watch Along with the crew from Turnbuckle Studios and our local establishment. As you see in the ticker down below, it's been scrolling there the majority of the night. All of the links to the our local establishment socials, including Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Twitch. I said Twitch twice, TikTok, all of these different places that are there. We're on Threads now, too. That is correct.
But why are we not on OnlyFans?
Coming soon.
Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
I didn't say we had
Pepper.
to be naked.
Chris,
dude, if you're gonna
find you.
Yeah,
all right, guys, you can find me at CBRS_entertainment on Twitch, or you can look me up at Chris Damage 83, channel name CBRS Entertainment on YouTube as well.
And soon, more places. OMD, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Daniel Hrycyk, HRYCYK. You can find me on Snapchat, One Man Dynamic, capitals on O, M, and D. And you can catch me this coming Thursday night on the Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke, as we are supposed to be playing Exo Primal, but we were running into some issues with the multiplayer last night, so we got to try and figure that out.
We'll have some sort of content for you anyways from
Absolutely.
The Boar's Nest. Yes. Parrish, where can the people find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter, at the Twitter, Chris Parrish. You can find me on the Instagram, Chris.Parrish. You can find me on the Threads, also Chris.Parrish. Find me on the Twitch at the Chris Parrish, YouTube at Chris Parrish. I'm also on Kick, because why the fuck not? At kick.com/Chris Parrish. Yeah, and then you can also follow me every Sunday with Busting Out every Monday and about halfway through, because my work is really hard to understand sometimes. But every Monday. So yeah, 12:15 on Sunday and about 8 o'clock Eastern on Mondays.
And for myself, you can find me on Linktree, linktr.ee/Karl Karufel. That's linktr.ee/KarlKarufel. You can find me Mondays here for the Raw Watch Along, as well as Tuesdays for Turnbuckle Talk at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For Chris Best, for Parrish, for OMD, and for myself, thank you for joining us, and until next time.
Always found my own direction. No one can pull me out. I've always felt different from the others. I'm running away now.